All right, thank you for keeping us company so far on Good Morning Nigeria. It's time for us to flip through the papers in a bit.
And our newspaper reviewer, Chukwudi Okolu-Baja, is seated looking sharply this morning.
Bright and early.
Smart.
I don't know. I think I'm...
Blue fits you.
I am always sharper when you're on set. I'm beginning to suspect myself. Victor! Mischievous Victor!
That's how somebody defined woman rapper. Good to see you.
Go to newspaper headlines, please.
All right, let's lead with the Vanguard this morning. And the lead story reads, excitement as Tinubu ends emergency rule in Rivers, restores Fubara deputy lawmakers, says peace has returned. Deputy governor returns, residents await Governor Ibas. Wike hails Tinubu for saving Rivers. Pandef calls for sober reflection. Rollout drums for celebration. INC urges residents. Tinubu must apologize for Rivers' overreach. PDP. That's according to the PDP. And Fubara's next move unclear. Rivers APC woos governor with top offer. And the Ibas aids protests on paid allowances. Government house calm. Ibiko Ibas's aid. And Ibas's date with history. So many riders there. And that story is on page 5. The picture story details Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State in the midst of students of Governor's College, Kano, when he visited the college recently.
I think it's Government College, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, they wrote Governor's College. Okay.
It's Government College, I think.
And above the nameplate, 4 states worst hit by ozone layer radiation is on page 12. NECO 2025, Kano tops national performance chart as Governor Yusuf's education reforms bear fruits, page 13. We stand by our statement on Dapman, Dangote Refinery, says marketers demanded 1.505 trillion naira subsidy. That's on page 6. And the tiny strip just above that, FG pays out 330 billion naira cash transfers to poor Nigerians, credited to Edu, and that's on page 19. Okay, just before we leave the Vanguard, let's take this one. Nigeria, UK, 16 trillion naira current trade value, highest ever. That's according to the High Commissioner, and it's on page 8. Right, we get to the blueprint. FG unveils $3.14 billion FAO Agric Investment Scheme to boost food security. Interesting. And above that, NACON clears 2025 reforms to states, urges early 2026 Hajj registration is on page 13. FIRS Mons loses 4 staff to Lagos fire incident is on page 20. And in sports, World Athletics Championship, Nathaniel zooms into 400 meters final after 38-year wait. That's on page 32. And that little one up there, troops kill 3 terrorist commanders, 16 others in Northeast Theater. That's on page 9. INEC chair converses greater women inclusion in politics. You get details of that on page 8. And in Rivers, after Rivers emergency regime, let peace drive your actions, Tinubu tells Fubara lawmakers. Hails stakeholders' understanding of extraordinary measures. Wike urges peace, mixed reactions trail Ibaz's 6-month tenure. And CUPP demands transparency, accountability. You get details of that on page 8. Finally, NECO releases 2025 results. 60.26% make 5 credits in English and mathematics. You get details on page 7, Jumai.
Yes, exactly. You've read some of the headlines in the papers you've taken. Let me read the ones that we have here now so Chukwudi can respond to them well. Above the masthead of the Leadership newspaper, 2 FIRS assistant directors, 2 managers die in Lagos fire. You find the details on page 25. And just below the masthead, federal government, states, others share 2.225 trillion naira August revenue. Details on page 7. Bandits demand schools, hospitals, grazing reserve. That's coming from the Katsina State Governor. You find the details, government, find details on page 4. A side piece of the picture story, Nigeria reintroduces history as compulsory subject. Details on page 7. Atiku Obi deepen consultations ahead of 2025. Find details on page 33. Anti-graft agency blames Yahoo boys for stricter visa rules on Nigerians. Details on page 7. And Abuja resident doctors strike forces consultants to work 36 hours. You find the details on page 25. Chukudi.
Bandits are demanding schools, hospitals,
Grazing reserve.
That's coming from the Katsina government. Well, I don't know why Katsina government is their spokesperson now. I hope it doesn't suggest that we're getting overwhelmed by the activities of bandits on that axis. That would not augur well for protecting the sovereignty of Nigeria, because when you begin to build a college within a college, insurrection is intoned. Well, we don't get to hear kinetic and non-kinetic anymore. At least that English don't come out.
Are you sure?
You don't they go. Kinetic and non-kinetic. I didn't even know those words until... Anyway, the important thing is peace at the end of the day. I'm not one of those who feel that you must crush the criminals all the time. Having capacity to crush criminals is not a walk in the park. It's not. It entails a lot.
It does.
One of the things that it involves is citizen participation, and that is what is lacking in this war against banditry, insurgency, and all that. The people themselves are not strictly on the side of government, and don't blame them, because what happens is that when they push to support government, to quell whatever is coming from these people who engage in nefarious activities, they don't know when troops might be called to another theater of operation and the bandits come to seek revenge. Yeah. That's exactly what is happening. Not that they have become uncommitted Nigerians. No, not at all. We must give it the right reading. It's really unfortunate what's happening in that part of the country. It's very unfortunate. I pray that we eventually are able to solve it whichever way best suggests itself. Fubara's next move unclear. What is unclear about his next move?
I wonder.
Since they have jawed into not making too much noise anymore, I think that they should continue, in that mood and mode. Because at the end of the day, we've always said that it's the ordinary people of Rivers State who suffer when these two elephants fight. People talk about Fubara and the lawmakers and all that. I don't get to hear from lawmakers. Some week I hear more on their side, and I say, but can the lawmakers speak for themselves? So what I want is let us know the parties to the dispute so they can sit down and really talk one-on-one.
Well, we all know that state assemblies,
the rubber stamps for somebody. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but they could talk behind the scene. They don't have to be in our faces.
Look, let's talk. Let's engage in straight talk. My people say, person sabi climb well. If ladder no day, rope day. Godfatherism is intoned even in the families and all that. Of course. But the point is, you don't come out to the marketplace no, you don't do that. Certain things are done discreetly. Godfatherism, particularly in Africa, where you need loads of money to get into elective positions now, would always be a fact. Let's not deceive ourselves. But the point is, how are you going about it? Fubara, whatever happens, I'm not really on his side, to tell you the truth, because I feel that he made some compromises which he later started paying for. That's my opinion, please. Okay?
That is
Good.
Chukwudi's opinion.
Chukwudi's opinion. What we need to do now is, you must still make him know he's governor.
Yeah.
Even as you say, look, these are some of the things we agreed and all that. You must not take away his being a governor from him. Otherwise, that will beget another problem in the days ahead.
Exactly.
So common sense should please take over. Congratulations to Rivers State, and thank you to Mr. President for being part of the solution.
Stepping in and...
Exactly. I didn't join people who were saying, why didn't they send emergency when you hear that pipelines are going up in
flames
and the place? You make
Unfortunate incident in Lagos. 2 FRS assistant directors, 2 managers died.
Really funereal.
Very unfortunate.
And also UBS staffers are involved.
It's unfortunate. A friend of mine, we were in NBI together, actually sent something saying that UBA people were not affected and all. And I thought they were really at the epicenter of it, till I now found out that first offices were... And I said, oh my God, the morbidity I thought was not going to happen eventually became the case.
But it did happen. Even the UBS staff were involved.
Yes, I don't think they had
Tony Elbelo had to return. Cut
really?
his hunger visit short to say,
I've not seen a report on death of any UBA staffer. But
victims.
whoever died was our fellow man or fellow woman, you know? So the thing is, John Donne, the English poet, will tell you not to send to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. People only move ahead of other people.
Yeah,
we'll all get there.
You know,
at 6 foot under at the end of the day. So we really must commiserate with families of the bereaved. It's unfortunate.
It's
really
unfortunate.
Really unfortunate. But let's engage an investigation that tells us why it happened, so that it will not happen.
Was there an emergency exit? Why was there not? Because people were jumping from,
that is
from the
what
top.
I was coming to.
Was there an emergency exit? If we can manage skyscrapers, then why build
You
it?
cannot compromise
Then the firefighting.
anything required as standard in erecting buildings of that nature. You cannot. Because at the end of the day, human safety is the focus.
We don't think of safety in this country. You know, do you know there are buildings in this Abuja, apartment buildings, where they have 2 exits? One of the exits have been blocked. They put things there and just they block it, and then they depend on one exit. You know, we're just not security conscious.
It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
We as a people have proved over and over that we need regular monitoring, regular supervision. We should not be the case.
Yes.
We should be able to count our teeth with our tongue. Yeah, it's not everything people come to
trying
tell
to do that now.
You're doing that? How many do you have, my dear?
I have all my teeth.
If they go beyond 32, you consult your
And I don't seem to understand this particular headline. NECO releases 2025 results. 60.26% make 5 credits in English and maths. I don't know how you make 5 credits in 2 subjects. I'm not sure I understand it.
No.
Except you are saying including...
60.2 or whatever.
Well, leadership is saying 60%.
It's 60%.
Well, 60.260 is fine.
Had credit in maths and English. Of
They
course,
said make 5 credits in English and maths. That's this one here.
Well, I'm tired of correcting.
You keep saying that.
I'm tired of correcting English.
Yes.
The last one I did on Facebook was on Nigeria's whatever. People don't know how to use Nigeria as an adjective. Nigeria flood. Then Nigeria's security. You know, they confuse it.
Okay.
Anyway, let's need to let you go so that you have some more time to correct some more. We'll see you again tomorrow.
He doesn't like me.
Thank you very much for coming. Good morning, Nigeria. We'll be back after this break. Please don't go away.